Hello and welcome to another episode of CryptoNovus, where newbies become masters. The 2020-21 Bitcoin bull run is upon us, and the crypto market is even more established than it was in 2017. At the time, Bitcoin was only 8 years old, and today it is 11 going on 12. Bitcoin has certainly made steadily incremental improvements since 2017, such as more users, better on-ramps, improved custody solutions, new Bitcoin-only companies, more education, and improved scalability, including the Lightning Network development. However, the big story in 2020 is how the world around Bitcoin has changed. Here are 5 ways the bull market is different today than it was in 2017. Number 1, currency devaluation. In 2020, the pandemic changed everything. Much needed stimulus packages led to the massive printing of dollars, as you can see in the chart above. Approximately 2% of all the dollars in existence were printed by the Federal Reserve this year. When more dollars flood into the market system, the purchasing power of each dollar declines for the investors. Currency devaluation means taking the defensive position with scarce assets like gold. However, everyone is starting to realize that Bitcoin is both better than gold and more practical in a digital society. Rick Ryder, the CIO of BlackRock, the world's largest asset manager, says Bitcoin is taking some of gold's place in the investment market. Second, supply and demand. In 2017, the Bitcoin protocol issued 18,000 new BTC per day. On the 11th of 2020, Bitcoin had its third halving. Due to the programmed supply issuance schedule, the protocol is only issuing 900 BTC per day. After the halving, the block reward is now only 6.25 BTC, and the total Bitcoin to be mined between now and 2024 halving will only be 1,312,000. According to James Totaro, head of research at TradeBlock, stated the break-even price for the Bitcoin mining is expected to surge from 7,000 to anywhere between 12,000 and 15,000. In order for miners to be profitable, the price of Bitcoin must go higher. The Bitcoin network has recently crossed over the $18.5 million mark. As far as the number of Bitcoins currently mined into circulation, however, even though 18 million coins have been minted to date, there's a number of different elements such as large holders, lost coins, coins held in custody that affect the distribution of all the coins in existence. In mid-September, News of Bitcoin reported by an analyst who said only 14 million out of the 21 million supply will ever circulate completely. This would help explain the concerns many exchanges have regarding the lack of Bitcoin for sale. There's about 2.6 million BTC on exchanges, which is about 12% of the 21 million supply. But due to the high demand of sellers, they have pulled many of their Bitcoins off the exchanges. Less new supply entering the market, increased demand in 2020 means the basic supply and demand forces will push up the price of Bitcoin. Number 3, class of investors. Institutional investors are getting more and more involved and own large sums of Bitcoin. During the Bitcoin rally in mid-November, Grayscale bought 15,114 Bitcoin for a total of $240 million, which is more than double the amount of Bitcoin mined in a week, which is only 6,300 BTC. Grayscale now holds approximately 500,000 BTC worth over $10 billion in their institutional-friendly investment vehicle. That's about 1/42nd of all the Bitcoin ever mined. Investors like it because it's an available tax advantage account and can be acquired through mainstream brokers like Fidelity. Investors like it because of it's easy to acquire. While Grayscale is an expensive way to acquire the BTC, the public demand is exploding, which speaks to the new class of retail investors entering into the market through platforms like Fidelity. Most millennials, on the other hand, and crypto natives prefer buying BTC outright from places like Swan, so they don't have to pay the high fees and premiums associated with GBTC. However, many companies, institutions, and individuals desperate to get exposure to Bitcoin are willing to pay the high price premiums. Number 4, corporations buying Bitcoin. In August of 2020, Michael Saylor, the CEO of the billion-dollar enterprise software company MicroStrategy, announced that they were converting their corporate treasury into Bitcoin. The company's market cap is over $3 billion and 24% of that value is in Bitcoin. Since then, their stock has increased over 275%. Many corporate treasuries around the world have taken notice to the change. Currently, over 4% of the outstanding BTC supply is owned by corporate treasuries. Galaxy Digital Holdings is another company which has made large commitments into Bitcoin. As a financial service company, the digital asset sector they currently have is a market cap of over $518 million and have purchased 16,651 Bitcoin back in June of 2020 for $134 million, which is 62% of the company's value. The list of both public and private corporations investing into Bitcoin is long growing. The big players haven't yet even started to move into the space. Apple alone has over $200 billion in cash on its balance sheet, which is over half the entire market cap of Bitcoin. Even if corporations dip their toes into the Bitcoin space, the price of Bitcoin will in fact skyrocket. Number 5, Square and PayPal. Square and PayPal have made it much easier for new investors to casually buy Bitcoin and other altcoins on their platforms versus opening up a dedicated crypto exchange account. According to an analysis by hedge fund company Patera Capital, Square and PayPal clients are buying most of the new Bitcoin supply entering in the market each day. Square's mobile payment service, Cash App, generated more than $1.63 billion in Bitcoin revenue in Q3 of 2020, which is an increase of more than 1,000% over the same period last year. In the month of October, PayPal began selling Bitcoin to their 300 million customers, which bought 70% of all the newly mined Bitcoin in that month. To help push adoption, PayPal is letting its users purchase items with Bitcoin from their 26 million merchants that currently support transactions with PayPal. Between the two companies, their clients have purchased over 100% of all the newly mined Bitcoin in the month of October. On October 7, 2020, Square Incorporated purchased approximately 4,709 Bitcoins at an aggregate price of around $50 million. Square has been a leader in the Bitcoin space since 2018 through their Cash App product, which provides customers like the ability to buy and sell Bitcoin. As believers in the Bitcoin's potential for continued future growth, the company formed Square Crypto, an independent team solely focused on contributing to Bitcoin's open source work for the benefit of all. Square also recently launched the Cryptocurrency Open Patent Alliance, COPA, a nonprofit organization encouraging crypto innovation, opening access to patented crypto inventions, and helping companies and individuals defend themselves against patent aggressors. Currently, over 4% of Square's Cash App has seen exponential growth in the Bitcoin sales throughout 2020 with no signs of stopping. On December 2nd, the first day of the Web Summit online conference, PayPal CEO Dan Schouler expressed his opinion about the future of cryptocurrencies, claiming that now is the time for them to go mainstream. Schulman also added, "I think if you can create a financial system, a new modern technology that is faster, that is less expensive, more efficient, that is good for bringing more people into the system for inclusion, to help drive down costs, to help drive financial health for everyone. So over the long run, I'm very bullish on the digital currencies of all kinds. PayPal may be responsible for even more demand since launching just a few weeks ago. The payment company partnered with crypto firm Paxos for custody and trading. Volume on Paxos exchange, Itbit, had been consistently in the same range since September, but as PayPal went live recently, volumes on the exchange more than tripled, according to CoinGecko. Well, those are our 5 reasons as to why the 2020-21 Bitcoin bull run is going to be different than the year 2016 and 2017. Hope this has been helpful to you, and look forward to seeing you on the next episode of CryptoNovus, where newbies become masters.